There's a mistake I'm seeing many high-level business owners are making. It's costing you thousands. My name is Pamela Dale, your GHL gal. Stay with me. I'm going to break down a few ideas, a few things I've seen, and a few ways that I see other SaaS businesses succeeding. Stay with me. So with the introduction of AI, I see in the high-level group so many people automating everything, like everything. And I'm like, whoa, what? How is that going to pan out for you? And I'm here to say, I think it's dangerous. Onboarding with purely AI and purely no touch, I think is a very dangerous game to be playing. We're in high level. There are a lot of owners that are white labeling. And one of the things that I think is a very distinguishing factor between who you choose, especially moving forward, is going to be in the experience, the human experience that happens when you are purchasing or looking for a SaaS or a white labeled version, or you just need the tech, right? You're looking for a tech tool and all in one. And with this AI inside of the group, I see people trying to automate appointments, onboarding, etc., with a bot through conversation. And you and I can both tell when that is happening, and it really doesn't enhance our experience. And if I already don't know who you are, or if I don't know a lot about your brand, or if the brand isn't really strong, it can be just as easy for me to move to someone else. So then we kind of need to talk about this. Okay, I don't want to fully automate this thing. What would I do? I don't have the capacity or the staff or the funds to onboard everyone. Absolutely understand that. I think this game that you and I are playing is long term. This is front end loaded for you. And if you can keep your churn down under 9, so in the single digits, we need to have the foresight to understand what that's going to mean in 2 to 5 years for us. And if we're automating, we're still spending time, energy, and money bringing in these clients, the traffic. And then if we're not doing all we can to keep them, I think it's going to really, we're going to work harder, really, isn't it? We're going to have to work harder than if we could spend a little bit more time up front. I think what we're looking for is this integration of high touch and AI. I think there is a really great line that you could draw and have both work really, really well for you. There are some simple things I think you can do to personalize it. A personalized welcome message. So you could automate some of the onboarding, but write a personalized note. Maybe take a few minutes and jump online and see who they are and interact with them. Remembering that we're building relationships with everyone and that we want them to feel very valued and supported right from the beginning. I work in a number of different agencies that are multi-million-dollar SaaS businesses. They can launch once a month and get 100 people to join at a time. So it's a very unique experience from my side to see what it is that they're doing and keeping their churn under the 10, so single digit. And it is a combination of both high touch and fully automated as much as possible on the back end. In my experience, that combination works incredibly well. For the first business owner, very much teaching AI and wanting to implement as much as possible, but also even tonight, what's happening after we've had 100 people onboarded is they've brought me in as the high touch onboarder to have a call with these first 100 people to ensure that they feel valued, to ensure that all of their questions feel answered, and also that people are accessible. It's not a paywall or a simple website with a support ticket, etc. They actually have access to the team. It's been very, very powerful. We do this every time. And then we also have different varying degrees of payment, and at the different levels, they are also able to get online with me personally to help them do some onboarding. They also get a domain call, so that's also very, very powerful. The pricing that you have, it's important to understand that if you price too low, you cannot support correctly and you're going to have high churn. And if you price a little bit better so that you could bring people in and have the proper support, then you're going to increase your profitability over the long run. The second agency brings on as well 100 a month. We only bring on 100 a month. And what we do is we have a first 30-day Facebook group, and we have a first 30-day 4 calls a week where we get on and we talk with them individually, bring all of their support questions, and we help them. And there's also the whole team on board knowing that this is what's happening. There's a launch and this is how we're going to handle this. Everyone is fully trained. And then there's also a full 30-day training with checklists of everything that they would need to build the funnel, to bring over their email list, etc. So handheld right from the start. And then once they're finished the 30 days, they go into another group where all of the subscribers are. But we make the first 30 days feel very, very important, that they're very important to us in that Facebook group, and we're all in there all the time assisting them. I think with these two examples really illustrates, yes, maybe you're not at 100 at a time, maybe you're 100 a year. So you have more time to be able to onboard each one of them yourself. And I highly recommend that you do at the beginning so that you really understand who is the client, what questions do they have, where are they getting stuck. So for us, we realized in one business, it was absolutely the domains. And then in the other business, it was more so, it was domains. They seemed to be able to handle that with the training, but with the email, absolutely hung them up every time. Bringing lists over from ActiveCampaign that had a high bounce rate, that they didn't understand how to segment, didn't understand how to bring them in. So of course, immediately, full training developed on that so that we can take care of that. That insight came from talking with all of the clients. I think looking forward, AI is going to play a bigger part. And I also think as a result, the human touch also needs to play a huge part. I think this balanced approach with High Level is very, very powerful. High Level is not going anywhere. There are going to be more and more SaaS agencies coming up. Could look at competition or not competition, depending on how you're going to build your business. If you absolutely brand well and you also support well, there won't be many that can touch you. This really is about building trust and loyalty and building those relationships with your clients. We know some of our clients' businesses so well. We know each other on a first name basis. We absolutely are champions for them, and they absolutely really love us and will not leave. I think instead of automating everything or all high touch, I think there's a real balance here that can be met based on you, how much time and energy and money you have, and also a team, or maybe you're bootstrapping this, maybe you have the funds, maybe not. It's really important, I think, for you to understand the level of work that this is going to take to really build. When we started, we were 24/7 at this, to absolutely understand how this works. Really getting those first 10, those first 20 people to really be champions for us. They go into the Facebook groups and say, XYZ company SaaS is incredible. You have to join us. That helps us continue to sell. And it's also very powerful because even outside of groups, they are talking to their colleagues, their friends, they're in different groups, etc. And they're starting to recommend the SaaS. So what will your approach be? All AI, all high touch? Will you find a balance? Let me know. I am excited to be on this road with you. If you'd like to join me, I have a 30-day link down below. I'd love to have you. Getthistrial.com is also a place that you can jump over to. Pamela Dale here. Talk to you soon.